What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel today. Hopefully you guys are doing well, and today, boys, we've got a little pre-team of the year club tour for my main account, the Kyren Road to Glory. And I do usually like to do these every year just to give you guys an idea of how the first bit of the year or the first half of the year is kind of gone for us, some of the pack pulls we've been able to have, where our club's kind of standing. And I think team year is a big changing point when it comes to FIFA Ultimate Team a lot of the times, because that's at the point where we open up a lot of packs that we've been saving for quite a while, and our team can change very, very drastically. So I think this is a perfect time to do a club tour, and I'll let you guys have a look and see where our team is looking like just before team of the year. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and let's get started with the club tour. So one thing you might actually notice before we get into this is that this is actually going to be 1 week prior to when the video is coming out, because you guys might be able to see that the headliners promo is still available. And the main reason for that is I'm actually pre-recording this. Just because I'm going to be visiting some family members over the next couple weeks, I thought I'd get this club tour pre-recorded so you guys have this video as a bit of content whilst I'm away. So hopefully that's okay, but I will be bringing my PlayStation with me, so maybe some of the records and all that sort of stuff may not be 100% up to date, but I don't plan to play too much on my PlayStation while I'm away. What I will be doing, however, is I definitely will be doing some more League SBC grinding and hopefully progressing the coins, as well as also the pack saved up for Team of the Year. So we'll come across to that obviously a bit later onwards, but just to let you guys know, this may be about a week old. But let's look at the club overall, and as you guys can see up the top corner, we do have 3.174 million coins right now on the club, so we're looking very, very healthy for the coin total. I'll let you guys know as well, I do have a lot of fodder on my transfer list, and you guys will be able to see that we do have quite a bit of fodder saved up, and these are all kind of just bought during Black Friday, but they never really rose. There are some tradable pack pulls in here as well, but I do think that over the next couple weeks we probably should get some coin sucky SBCs that a lot of people want to do, because EA like to drain the coins off the market. So I think, like, considering like all this fodder on the transfer list, and then also on top of that we do have some cards in the club that are tradable. I don't know if I can show them off really all too easily. Maybe if I go via the high to low, value high to low, you guys will see that once we get past loans, I've actually got a lot of tradable informs and fodder, just generally that I haven't yet sold off, especially with the informs. I think a lot of our informs, this is all from Team of the Week packs through Foot Champ. So we have to sell obviously all of these off as well. But we are sitting probably, I would say, anywhere between 4 to 4.5 million coins liquid, which we'll kind of get around to it if we need to liquidate and maybe try out some new players. But that's kind of how our club is doing financially when it comes to the club tour overall. Now, I do want to show you quickly, just before we get into the team as well, we do also have our record, and our record right now for this year has been 866 wins and 216 losses. Of course, that doesn't include friendlies as well, but I've been playing a lot of FIFA this year, and it shows with the record. I think already over 1,000 games, and I gotta say, I don't think I've been doing all too badly, considering this is rivals, Foot Champs, and also squad battles as well. And I don't think I do too much squad battles, maybe about like 10 or so games per week. But like the record I think is pretty healthy. I'll say the majority of those losses definitely would have come within division rivals, and I want to say that our best weekend league finish up to this point currently has been 18-2. So we haven't been anything crazy. We haven't got the 20-0 just yet, and obviously we haven't got the rank 1 for the new Foot Champ system, but we have been able to get rank 2 twice now, and that's kind of how our club is standing overall. So very good record. I'm quite happy, and our club financially is doing pretty well. Now let's go have a look at the team, and this is kind of like my main team that I'm running right now. The one card that I'll say that isn't probably a lock for this squad right now is Capu. He's kind of a bit of a placeholder, and if I really wanted to, what I could do as well is I could also substitute in Verratti. All I've got to do is just switch over these two center mids, and they obviously get full chem. But for the last few games I've been playing on this account, I've actually been running Capu, and I did it for the Foot Champs playoffs, and with this squad we were actually able to go ahead and get ourselves 10-0 with the Foot Champs playoffs. So that's absolutely great for the pack save. My first time getting rank 1 in the playoffs. I find it really hard with the last 3 games. I always find there's always going to be 1 or 2 really tough games, but we managed to be able to get to do it, and this is the squad that we've got it with. And what you see right now on your team on the screen in front of you is pretty much in a full untradeable team. I would say for the most part, I haven't really been playing with all too many tradable players. And if you compare that to last year, with the players just generally overall, what we usually have in the situation is that I've got like tradable Neymar, tradable Mbappe, tradable icons, maybe a Blanc or like Desai or Rio, something along those lines. This year, I actually really haven't been putting my coins into tradable stuff, because if you guys know the market this year just kind of crashes every single time we get a whole bunch of like packs being open, because the pack supply this year is crazy and the pack weight seems really high. So I've been trying to stay off buying a lot of players, and you guys would know, like, for example, Mbappe's gone from like 1.7 to 1 mil. I think Ronaldo's a big one, being like 1.5 at the start. He's now almost 400, 300k, which is so crazy. So this market's definitely tanked a lot, but luckily for me, I've actually had an incredible untradeable team. Let's talk about some of the players, because I think that's really important. I think one of the big ones that we definitely have to talk about, a very early pack pull, definitely was this Garrincha. This card has been incredible for me. The goal to game ratio isn't the best, but that's because he plays wide. But he does have 571 games played for the club, and he's got pretty much 500, I would say 520, 530 goal contributions. So for a wide player, I think he does incredibly well. But he's been incredibly good. I really enjoy him, and I've got no problem with it. And then the other massive big icon pack pull would definitely be this Puskas. Over 400 games now played for the club, and the goal return's actually really good on this card as well. Only just below goal to game per average. And he's also getting almost 200 assists within those 400 games. So he's doing incredibly well. And the two of these icons have been like staples in my team. They've kind of just linked everyone up together. They've been incredibly good. Now, I will say we have had two also decent other pack pulls. One of them is of course going to be this Kaká card. I haven't really played too much with him. And the reason for it being is that his finishing's really low. So I don't really want to play him centrally, but it's kind of it's not ideal for me to play him wide, just because he isn't like crazy ridiculous fast, doesn't have the most ideal build. I like the smaller players out wide. So yeah, I haven't really played too much with this card, but it's been a fun card when I have been able to try it out. And then, of course, the other card that we did recently pack pull in the last video, if you guys haven't seen it already, a little bit of a spoiler, but we did actually get over Mars, which he was quite good when I tried him out in the For Champs playoffs. We went 9-1 with him, and he had, I think, 10 goals in 10 games and 7 assists. So he was really good. Still not a crazy value card, but, I mean, a decent one to have from the icon pack. At least it's usable, you know what I'm saying? So for our 4 icon packs out of 6, we've also had 1 Crespo and 1 Inzaghi. I gotta say we've done pretty well to get these 2, which stay in my team for every single game pretty much. Really happy to have them. And I would have never really bought a Puskas. It's not a card that I really am that tempted to try out. But to have them untradeable, really sick to see, and I'm very happy with that. Now, we do also have some other pretty decent pack pulls. I'm going to talk about the pack pulls before we talk about the SBCs, and the first of which, of course, is going to be this Wissam Ben Yedder. If you guys didn't see our Black Friday pack opening, we managed to get him from a player pick, which was insanely good. And I will say, Ben Yedder somehow, over the 350 games almost he's played, is actually positive. I didn't realize this, but he's actually got 348 goals in 344 games, which is very impressive. But yeah, this card's really good. I don't think he's worth the market value. I'd say he's about 500, 600k worth, but I would play with the gold Ben Yedder this year. I don't think he's anything crazy. This guy reminds me definitely of what he was back in like FIFA 20, the player of the month, the 88 player of the month. He feels like on that sort of level. Incredible card for me. Really enjoyed him. And then of course the other bigger pack pull I would say that we have is this red Marquinhos. And I actually got him from an 86 plus upgrade. He's played 417 games for me and a few red cards in there, of course, a few slide tackles, but it's just nice to have at least one usable red. I rarely ever get any usable reds, but this year we've been lucky enough to get one of them. I know there is a Marquinhos in this team week, or when you guys are watching it last team week, so I don't know if I'll get the upgraded one. I think there's also a red Theo Hernandez, but yeah, he's a staple of my team. He's so good, clamps up so many defenders, so responsive. Absolutely great card. Now, there are a couple other pack pulls. Let's talk about them. First of which I probably should mention is, of course, this Theo Hernandez, the next generation card. He was the only one I wanted out of the next generation players. I know there was a pink Mbappe as well available, but the Mbappe I think was 4-star, 3-star. He's left wing. I don't think it's that crazy. This Theo Hernandez for me has been the best left back I've used this entire year. His inform is incredible. I've used him quite a bit, and I haven't tried out the second inform unfortunately, but to have this pink one untradeable, just with a dynamic image, a bit of a different color into the squad, it's a fun card. I really enjoy it. I'm happy he's in the team as well, because if I got like a pool list or something like that, I would have been a bit disappointed, but to get this Theo Hernandez, EA's completely bust me with that sort of one. And then, of course, the other big pack pull that's special, I guess, is probably this Donnarumma. And I actually got this card via League SBC upgrading, but he's been my mainstay keeper for quite a long time now. He's been incredibly good, and I do notice a marginal difference over the gold. I think it is a tiny bit better, but he's making some incredible saves, and he's the guy I trust between the sticks. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a team near Donnarumma, but if we do, I might try to potentially pack that one and then hopefully change him out for this. But to have a 90 special dynamic image Donnarumma, I think it's quite fun. I'm pretty happy with that. There are a couple more pack pulls I do want to quickly mention. The first of which is going to be this Upamecano card. I tried him out. I didn't like him, but we got this one from a party bag, which I'm very blessed to have because I think he's like a 200k sort of card. But yeah, that's a pretty decent card, I would say, overall. Just, I'm not crazy about him. I think he's just a bit unresponsive and not crazy in the tackle. But I know a lot of people would probably still have this guy in their main squad if they had him untradeable. So very happy to have him. And then, of course, also on top of that, we did get the Chiesa during the team with the knockout stage or group stage, whatever it was. And what this was for was in a player pick. I think it was an 84 plus player pick, and Chiesa was one of the options that popped up. Haven't played with him too much, but he's a very good wide cam. So I quite like the card as well. And then finally, our final other major pack pull that we've had this year so far is probably going to be, of course, this Messi. And I haven't really played too much with him, of course, because he's only like a week old. He's only been in my club for about a week. But I've been using him wide as a left mid, and I think he's incredible there. Didn't love him centrally. I gotta be honest. I don't think he's got the stickiness on the ball, plus the acceleration and just the ability to kind of wiggle out of spots to get to use him central. But with the Hunter, he gets up to like 99 acceleration, and he's got very good dribbling stats and technical stats, of course. And then he can hit that cross-body shot on the left mid spot. So I really like this card, and I mean, it's a Messi pack pull. I mean, you're never gonna complain about packing one of the best players of all time. So yeah, that's kind of our pack pulls just generally overall. Now, I do want to talk about some of the more notable SBCs that have been available that we've used a lot with. And I would say the first one definitely is going to be this Delict card. I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is my most capped player in my FIFA Ultimate Team. 654 games with this Delict card, and he has been an absolute warrior. I don't regret doing this card whatsoever. So solid at the back, really clinical in the tackle, and he's usually fast enough to keep up with most people. Obviously with the sprint speed, and he only gets 8 chemistry, but he does get 89 sprint speed, and I think like 85, 86 acceleration, 84 acceleration. But he's so solid, and I think partnered up next to Marquinhos, they've been incredibly good. And this is why I actually put in Upamecano, and I tried him next to Marquinhos. I just didn't like him comparatively to Delict. I think Delict is so much better than him. And he kind of like is that one SBC where I think I would have regretted a lot if I didn't do him. So I'm very happy I did this card. And with the +2 one they got, because obviously Juve got the 3 wins and also they're through to the knockout stage. Really happy with the card. I think he's been absolutely incredible. So big ups to Delict. He's been doing bits. Now, I guess some of the other SBC cards that we got to talk about, of course, we got to talk about Verratti. This guy's played a lot for me. I think it's at a stage now where his acceleration isn't able to carry him. He's just not fast enough because there's been a lot more better center mids and CDMs have come into the game. But when this guy was out, I think the main thing you'd see with him is the 95 aggression. He just dives into so many tackles. Really good card. I really enjoyed him, and he got on the score sheet as well, as you guys can see. So really happy with this card. And then of course we do have to talk about the 2 big boys, of course, Benzema and Fakir. Fakir with 300 games, 200 goals, and 140 assists, well, 350 games. And what I will say about this card is this is my super sub. He's usually the guy I bring on for either Ben Yedder or Puskas when I need a goal, and he gets me a goal. He is that good. And with the 87 boost, you guys remember how good the 86 Fakir was. The 87 boost just makes him that much more clinical. You can genuinely lose this card right now in January, and the card came out like, I want to say 2 to 3 months ago. So absolutely nutty card there. And then of course we do have to also talk about this flashback Benzema. I played more game with this player of the month, I will say that, but unfortunately I've already put that player of the month through the SBC because this Benzema is just faster, and with the Deadeye Chem style, I feel like he's got the same shooting and level of passing that you do with the Player of the Month. So I really enjoy this card. I don't think it's a card that for me needs to fit into my squad anymore because I do have these front four. But I do think he's a very good card nonetheless, and I think a lot of people would still be running him if they still had him. Now, I think one of the other two cards I do want to mention is, of course, this Coutinho. Very, very fun card. We did a video on him, of course, and I think it's one of those cards where I've really enjoyed playing with him. I don't think he's anything top tier. Do I regret doing the SPC? No, but I don't think it was a must do. I would say definitely not. And of course, David Neres as well. I've only just recently been using him, but he's been an incredible super sub, especially wide. Coming up and clutching me up definitely a few games because you got that really high pace dribbling. You got the 5-star skill moves. He's an incredible card. Really, really happy with him. And then I guess we also do have the other two SPC cards. Well, three. There's Capu, but I don't really play with him too much. I'd kind of prefer Verratti over Capu. You guys can see I've only played 50 games with him. But I guess we've also got Aouar in the team, and this guy is nuts. Such a good card. The value on him was incredible. So very, very happy with him. And then also, of course, we've got the new Klaus card. And I will say right here, Klaus is new into the squad, but if I could still have this other card untradeable, I would definitely still have the Wants to Watch Hakimi untradeable. I want to say that that might be the most capped player I had. I think I had over 680 sort of games when I sold them off for 400k. This Klaus card, just for the untradeable value, is just too good, and it wasn't worth keeping the Wants to Watch Hakimi in the team. But that Hakimi is incredible. If there drops a Team of the Year or a Team of the Year nominee level Hakimi, I probably will pick him up. Even if I don't pack him, I probably will go ahead and buy him. So that's the deal with that. That's the situation with Klaus. But Hakimi is kind of like my GOAT for this year when it comes to the right back spot. I really, really enjoyed him. I don't know if there's really all too many other players. Nkuku's been an incredible card as well. We've played a lot with him. I think he kind of gets replaced now with Aouar because we do have that attacking-minded player in the club. So that's kind of the deal with that. But he's a very good card. He's played a lot of games for me. I really enjoyed him, and I usually sub him on for one of my center mids, and though he'll usually carry me over the line to kind of get there. And then of course we do have the objective Felipe Anderson. Once again, a very good objective card. And then, of course, Gelson Mons, which is a card I played 182 games with. And not that many goals, not that many assists, but like pretty much the perfect wide player if you need it. I just have Garrincha instead. And Garrincha's pretty much a better Gelson Mons in every way possible. So that's kind of like the main majority of our club. That's our full squad, if you will, if I had to put like the most memorable players from our squad. Now, what I do want to show you before we show you some of the other players that we do have in the team, I do actually want to show you my silver squad. Now, I think it might be in concepts just because I've got some silver players, yeah, like the keeper, who I haven't really put in. So we could put in another keeper. It just doesn't really matter too much. I usually sell off my silver keepers, though, for the most part, because they go for a bit usually. But this is kind of like my silver team that I've got going on. And what you might notice is that I really don't have any chemistry on this team, like at all. The chemistry is absolutely shocking with the team, but when it comes to the silver mode and like silver squad battles, you don't really need chemistry. These boosted cards are boosted to the point where they will outperform any sort of like other team you come up against. So that's just kind of the reality of them. And you look at the majority of them, these aren't like silver level cards. They're definitely gold level cards. We're talking 80 pace on a silver center back with 81 defense and 83 physicals. This Diallo card is nuts. I find him so ridiculous. And even off chemistry, he's still got the 88 pace. He's still got like a lot of really good stats. Only thing he's a bit iffy with is the shooting, but that doesn't really matter all too much. We've also got this Gordon card, I would say. I think this guy is one I definitely want to mention because his dribbling on the ball is really nice. And of course, with the Adidas promo, you get that one really boosted stat, which is normally the dribbling. But he should go up to 74, I think, by the end of the year. But yeah, he's an incredibly good wide player. And then I guess like the other card I maybe want to talk about is maybe this Olsen card. I probably would have scored, yeah, a decent amount of goals with him. But like the silver objectives just generally overall, I'll kind of go through all the records and players as you guys can see. It's just one of those ones where you play them every week and you try to get obviously the new player or the packs obviously from the silver beasts, and that's what we do for our accounts. But it's just a fun mode. I really enjoy this mode, and yeah, I have not really too much in it. I think I've got every single silver objective so far. Hopefully I haven't got the new striker for this week, but I will make sure I get them done at some point soon, so that definitely will happen. And then of course you got this guy with the cool dynamic image, so that's kind of the deal. And then I guess that's the majority of everything in the club. What I will do just real quickly, just to wrap up the club tour for today, is I'm going to head over back to the transfer list and let's have a look at some of the other untradeable cards in our club. I don't really have any tradable usable cards, I will say that, just because I've kind of sold off the majority of them. I think I've got Arnautovic, I haven't played too many games with him, as well as also Adel Tarapt, because I thought he'd be a good card just to have as a sub. But if we go on tradable items and we have a look at some of our untradeable cards, we can kind of get a sense of some of our untradeable players. Of course, the number one highest rated player is Messi. I've got a lot of loans in here. I guess one card we didn't talk about was this Bernardo Silva. His dribbling on his 90 is really good. I've really enjoyed the dribbling, but just the link ability is a bit harder with the City and the Portuguese. I just don't have that in my club realistically right now, so I don't get to use them as much as I would like to. I've got also this untradeable Van Dijk, which I play with a bit, but I'm keeping him there until I get a better Van Dijk. I really like Van Dijk just generally. He's my first team I packed in any FIFA, so that's why I've been keeping him. And then, of course, we do have Beckham and Czech SBCs in the club. Haven't played, again, too many with these boys, but they were just there, so I had something to put my fodder into. I completed the Player of the Month Arnold. PK is one that I'm keen to use. I actually haven't played too much with him yet, but I want to get a flashback Dani Alves at some point. If that happens, he's going to go into some level of squad. I want to have a past and present Barcelona squad, so I had to do this PK. I didn't actually end up doing Sule, and I don't really regret it all too much. Just Sule's a bit annoying to play up against in Weekend League, but yeah, I don't think I really have that much of a desire to play with that Sule card. Of course, we have some more Winter Wild cards. I packed this Mainan through League SBCs. We did Banzer, of course, his SBC. And also on top of that as well as Chong. I think we've got this Politano SBC is also the Mahrez. This card's not bad as well, but I don't think it's anything special. Nothing crazy. Simeone Player of the Month is also in there as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything really crazy that we kind of missed that haven't really stand out. And I guess the other thing that you will see is that we do have some other red cards that have kind of come through. Like, for example, this Foden. I think this is a card that I actually generally use for quite a bit. He's definitely below the power curve now. He's not good enough to kind of even come off the bench. But I think this was pretty much my first Weekend League on the game, and we managed to get a red Foden, which was actually really, really good. One thing I didn't realize actually as well was Anderson Talisca is now on 86. I guess they must have got their 5 wins, but this card at the start of the game was actually really good. Just don't get to play with them all too much. We've got this Wijnaldum, of course. I did his once to watch SBC. 268 games for the club. He was quite good for the meantime, but I think he's a bit below the power curve nowadays. Have this untradeable Tap Sober that we got from some sort of pack. And then I think the majority of the rest of these SBCs, we got the rest of these players are kind of just objectives or pack pools or SBCs that I've just kind of had in the club. So for example, Alaba and Boateng and Alaba and Carrasco are both red cards that I really don't get to play with too much, but they're all right decently, so I keep them in the club. And then Boateng, for example, Gosens, I guess all these are objective cards, but Boateng and Gosens are more so SBCs that were cheap enough for me to the point where I'll get them done. I guess another card as well would be Zaha. This card's really good, and I'm happy I did him. Don't really play too much with a Prem setup, but he's a decent card. And yeah, I guess we'll just kind of show you guys some of the rest of the players. But that's kind of where my club is sitting at currently on the road to glory. And the difference between this year and previous years, definitely, there's our Inzaghi, by the way, as well, is that I think in previous years, what I would have been in my club is you guys would have seen a lot of tradable players that I would have kept for a long time, and you would have seen their price difference and all that sort of stuff. But this year, when it comes to at least my accounts, I really don't have too many tradable cards that I've used a lot. I guess one other card I do have to mention actually is this Gold Kimpembe, because 309 games for the club. I got him on Tradable 1 week and sold off my other one for 60,000 coins. But he plays a lot. I don't use him anymore because it's Kimpembe, but yeah, it's I guess another card I would like to mention. And then besides that, we just pretty much have gold cards from here on that one. So that's kind of how our club looks overall. And I gotta say, I think we're in a really good position for Team of the Year. I'm just hoping we're able to go ahead and pack some of the newer Team of the Year cards when they come out untradeable, maybe through the upgrade stuff. And what I will actually show you guys, just to wrap up the video for today, is that we do actually have a massive Team of the Year pack save. I think right now I'm sitting on about, I want to say 219 packs total. You guys will see, I think 225 if I'm not mistaken, 226. So I've got 220 packs. But 5 of these are Team of the Week packs, and then we've also got 1 bronze pack as like a little buffer to save ourselves, just so I don't accidentally open it when I'm doing packs on my phone. But I've got the 83 times 25 still to open, same with the 82 and the 85 times 10. I still got to get the 81 times 25. But we got a lot of packs to open up. I'm pretty sure 9 million coins worth of packs, like 30, 35, like 45Ks, 25Ks, 50Ks, all that sort of good stuff. So hopefully we're able to go ahead and pack something from Team of the Year. If you guys want to see the full list of packs that we got going on, I'll actually put a link to a Google Sheets down below, and you guys can see a live updated one. I'm going to be updating it whilst I'm away, so you guys can keep up to date with how our pack save is going for Team of the Year. But the hope and pray is that somehow through all of these packs, I'm hopefully able just to pack 1 card, 1 Team of the Year that can go into our club and stay on our club for a long time. Because that's kind of the aim and the goal with Team of the Year, right? It's that Team of the Year is where we get Team of the Season or better level items, but we get them 4 months early, and that's what I kind of hope. But anyway, boys, that kind of does it for our club, just generally overall. Hopefully, guys enjoyed the club tour. And once again, I'm not going to be back, unfortunately, for like another week or so. So, unfortunately, when it comes to content, especially with streams, I'm not going to be able to kind of give you guys any more until I come back. So please be patient. Hopefully that's okay. But I really do appreciate all you guys' support, especially on the YouTube recently. You guys have been absolutely killing it with the new subscribers. Welcome into the channel, of course. And of course, also on top of that, just liking the videos or the comments, all that stuff. You guys have been really, really generous and very supportive. So I'm very, very appreciative of that. But that's kind of how our account looks like right now before Team of the Year. And now let's run on to Team of the Year. Hopefully, we can go ahead and pack ourselves some of the blue cards. That's what I'm hoping and praying. But anyway, boys, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video for today. Take care. Have a good one. Much love and peace.
Whenever your heart is broken.